On New Year's Eve 1967, a man named Michael Overs opened a 300-square-foot pizza shop at the corner of Parliament and Wellesley Streets in Toronto. No partners, no investors, no grand vision of a national empire. Just a kid who had dropped out of school at 17, worked in a pizzeria without getting paid, and decided he could do it better himself. He was right. And somehow, that modest decision on the last night of 1967 produced one of the most paradoxical brands in Canadian history. A chain that Canadians mock, complain about, and rank dead last in taste tests. A chain that people openly call the worst pizza available. And a chain that, despite all of that, generates $620 million in annual sales, operates more than 800 locations across Canada, and has been paying consistent monthly dividends to shareholders for 2 decades. This is the story of Pizza Pizza, Canada's most hated success story. To understand how this happened, you need to go back to what made the brand work in the first place. Because in the beginning, Pizza Pizza was not a punchline. It was a genuinely brilliant operation. Overs built the business around delivery, which accounted for approximately 90% of early sales. He understood that Toronto's dense, urban population needed pizza fast, at home, reliably. That sounds obvious now. In 1967, it was radical. Most pizza shops expected you to come in and sit down. Overs built a business that came to you. The masterstroke was the phone number. In 1976, the company created its iconic telephone jingle, 967-1111, call Pizza Pizza, hey, 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 which quickly became a cultural staple in Toronto for its easy recall in radio and television advertisements. It played constantly. Kids memorized it without trying. A generation of Torontonians grew up with that number wired into their brains before they even knew what a mortgage was. That kind of brand penetration is worth more than almost any product improvement you could make, and Overs knew it. He also pioneered one of the world's first insulated pizza delivery bags to maintain food temperature during transport, a small innovation that most people never think about, but that made a real difference in what customers received. The pizza that showed up at your door in 1980 was still hot. That mattered. The franchise model accelerated everything. By the end of 2000, Pizza Pizza had 413 locations, primarily concentrated in Ontario. The chain had become the default answer to the question of what to order when feeding a crowd. Office parties, birthday gatherings, hockey nights, school events. Pizza Pizza was not anyone's favorite. It was everyone's compromise. And in the food business, being the compromise that everybody accepts is worth a fortune. But here is where the tension in this story begins. As Pizza Pizza scaled, something quietly shifted. The centralized franchise model that made the chain efficient also made it rigid. Quality control across hundreds of independently operated locations is genuinely hard. Franchisees pay a 6% royalty on all sales to the parent company. That ongoing cost, combined with ingredient pricing and labor, leaves franchisees working on thin margins. Customers began reporting pizzas described as flavorless, dry and often undercooked, with minimal toppings and sauce, alongside issues with incorrect orders, food arriving cold, and difficulties resolving complaints. The gap between what Pizza Pizza promised and what it consistently delivered started to widen, and Canadians noticed. Meanwhile, the competition got serious. Domino's, which had spent years being mocked for its own low quality, pulled off one of the greatest corporate turnarounds in fast food history by publicly admitting its pizza was bad and reformulating everything. In the 2010s, Pizza Pizza encountered significant challenges stemming from heightened competition from major players like Domino's and Pizza Hut, which pressured the broader pizza segment and prompted the closure of underperforming stores. Domino's invested in technology, rebuilt its recipes, and came after Pizza Pizza's core market aggressively. And yet, Pizza Pizza survived, more than survived. It adapted in ways that its critics rarely acknowledge. In 2011, Pizza Pizza won a Webby Award for its iPhone ordering app, one of the first pizza chains to offer seamless mobile ordering, with the platform facilitating over 111,111 orders in its first year of launch. When the pandemic hit and delivery demand exploded, Pizza Pizza was already positioned. During 2020 to 2022, the company integrated with third-party platforms, including Uber Eats, to facilitate contactless orders and expand reach amid lockdowns. The financial structure deserves its own moment of respect. Pizza Pizza went public in 2005 as a royalty company, with outlets paying a 6% royalty that the parent company then distributes to investors as monthly dividends, currently 7.8 cents per share, for a yield of 5.8% at recent prices. That structure means Pizza Pizza. The corporate entity profits whether the pizza is good or not. As long as the locations stay open and sell product, the royalty flows. It is a machine that prints money from volume, not from excellence. That is the uncomfortable truth at the center of this story. Pizza Pizza was never trying to win taste awards. It was trying to be everywhere. The chain operates over 150 non-traditional locations in airports, university campuses, and high-traffic venues where customers have limited alternatives and immediate needs. You are running through Pearson International with 20 minutes before your flight. There is a Pizza Pizza. You are a university student at midnight with $5. There is a Pizza Pizza. The pizza does not need to be great. It needs to be there. CEO Paul Goddard, who took over after Overs died in 2010, has laid out plans for the chain to eventually reach between 1,000 and 1,200 stores in Canada, and has already begun international expansion, opening the first Canadian locations in Guadalajara, Mexico in 2023. The company is not in retreat. It is still growing. So what does all of this mean? How do you square a brand that people openly ridicule with a business that generates hundreds of millions of dollars annually and keeps expanding decade after decade? The answer is that Pizza Pizza understood something most critics miss. In the food business, ubiquity and reliability are more durable advantages than quality. People complain about Pizza Pizza on social media and then order it again 6 weeks later because it is cheap, it is fast, it is available at 1 a.m., and it costs less than almost anything else you could buy for a group. Michael Overs built that reality from a 300 square foot store on New Year's Eve. He never needed you to love it. He just needed you to call.